Good day, friends. I hope you're doing well. It's Frankyrose. Welcome to my channel. So, there's actually quite a bit of information that we've dug up on the little baby that was just actually determined to be Cairo Jordan. His mother, whoa. Well, I've got some things to show you. So, let's get this started. Unbelievable, this woman. So, I am going to start with a couple of the videos that will kind of give us an idea of what's been going on with this woman.
Suitcase in rural Indiana has been identified, and police have issued an arrest warrant for his mother for murder. Indiana State Police say 37-year-old Wont Anderson is on the run. Her son, Cairo Jordan, was found dead in a suitcase back in April. Police now asking for the public's help in finding Anderson, who was last seen in California.
No matter where you live, anywhere in the United States, possibly,
Really have to keep our eyes peeled for this woman and her cohort. Oh my God.
out of the country, we can use help locating her. So for Cairo, help us locate her for Cairo so justice can be served for him.
Another woman who was traveling with Anderson has also been charged in Cairo's death. She was arrested in Los Angeles and will be extradited back to Indiana.
Good job. Good job. So, that's one brief one. So, let's take another look here and see if we can't get a little bit more on these two. So, this is Cairo. According to police, 5-year-old Cairo Amar Jordan's body was found inside of a suitcase in Washington County on April 16th, 2022. Jeff Meredith was out mushroom hunting in a wooded area of Washington County, and about 80 feet from the roadway, he found the suitcase and immediately called the police and thought, maybe there's nothing with this, so he decided to open it up, and that is what he ended up finding, sadly, was a little boy. Not what you would expect. And I mean, a mother involved. Are you kidding me? So the autopsy released earlier, it was found that he had an electrolyte imbalance, probably from viral gastritis, is what the investigators have said. And basically, he probably died due to vomiting and diarrhea, which led to dehydration. So it says that his body was found clean and clothed, and there was no sign that he was left in that suitcase alive. So 2 felony arrests have been issued for Donnie Lane Coleman, who was 40, from Louisiana, and 37-year-old Juwan Luddy Anderson of Georgia. And she is the mother, which is this one. And no, that was Dawn. I'm sorry. This is Dawn. And this is the mother. So, as a result of information being gathered there in the investigation, Detective Matt Busick said that Chris Tucker traveled to San Francisco, California on October 19th, 2022. Detective Matt Busick located and arrested Dawn Coleman for the assistance of the San Francisco Police Department. She will be transported back to Washington County, Indiana. So, photo of the mother, who is still being searched for, so keep your eyes peeled. They believe she is in a BMW, and looks like this one is a mugshot from something else she has been up to, I guess. I'm just going to pop over here. And alrighty. So there is a ton of information. So basically, they were into, I don't know. Basically, it sounds, I don't know if it's witchcraft or they wanted him to be exorcised because they thought that he had demons inside him. They talk about him being possessed. Here's an example. She wrote in one of her Facebook posts that the avatars were hiding in plain sight. February 19th, 2022. This is the mother. Let's go back here a little bit. Okay. So she made several Facebook and Twitter posts between December 2021 and April 2022. And she was saying that she believed that her young son had a demon in him that needed to be killed or exorcised. She wrote of putting on hexes and curses, protection spells, and reversal spells. And in January 5th, 2022, she wrote, I am using my blood for this ritual. Good gad. February 19th, she wrote that she had raised her frequency in order to heal others and ancestors. And she needed to exorcise a very powerful demon that was within her son. March 18th, 2022, she wrote, wait till I tell this story. She mentioned a book about living with a demonic child. And she also wrote of avatars. So police are saying that she wrote on April 8th, 2022, just because the avatar is of what we call a child does not mean that it is actually a child. There are beings that are not supposed to be there, and that they basically pick avatars, which I think are humans, and she's calling us avatars, and they play roles to steal energy, to ruin our lives. She's sick. So she reached out to a priest on Twitter saying she needed to speak with him urgently because she had survived an attack from her 5-year-old son. Yeah. I've been able to weaken his power through our blood, she wrote. I have his real name and he is 100 years old. Need assistance. So yeah, this is Mummy. March 31st, 2022, Anderson was arrested in Louisville, Kentucky after being stopped by Oxmoor Mall security outside the Von Maur store. She was caught shoplifting, and then she punched a security guard in the face and was jailed. She was released April 11th, 2022, but she didn't show up for her court appearance and was arrested later for failure to appear. April 12th, she tweeted, I have survived the death attacks from my 5-year-old throughout the 5 years he has been alive. I have been able to weaken his powers through our blood. I have his real name and again, 100 years old. 2 days later, on the 14th of April, investigators were able to find that both Anderson and Coleman's cell phones pinged where Cairo's body was later found. So on the 15th, Anderson put a Facebook post up that said, this is a whole demon in a child body. Why you think I need a cigarette? Losing energy, huh? 64-year-old in a child body. Was full of gift and, she's just sick. So at April 16th p.m., the River Link camera captured images of her car driving south on I-65 over the bridge from Jefferson, Indiana to Louisville, Kentucky, and the same day Cairo's body was found. So this is who a person's looking for right now. Dewan Lottie Anderson. This is Mommy Dearest. So there's that. There's a pile of information on this woman. They go by the strangest names, so can't say that they are easily found, but look under, once you get a hold of their Facebook, and you can follow the path.
Happens in a case, we're still dealing with the tragic death of a precious young child, and that, unfortunately we can't change that. So bitter in that way, but the wheels of justice do turn, and we do make progress. And so we have information today regarding the case. April 16th of this year, 2022, a young child was found deceased in a very distinctive suitcase on Holder Road in southeast Washington County, near Pekin, Indiana. There were no witnesses, there were no family members, there were no acquaintances that came forward with any type of information. We only had what we had there at the scene, and that was it. An autopsy was performed shortly after that, and again, there was no signs of physical trauma that we could detect. The autopsy did not detect any signs of physical trauma that was readily available or seen. The autopsy listed the cause of death as electrolyte imbalance that caused a viral gastronitis. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I can't explain all that, but that was the cause of death listed on the autopsy. Also, at that time, toxicology reports did not reveal anything. There was nothing in the toxicology reports that would lead us to a cause of death. On October 14th, based on information in this investigation, the Washington County Circuit Court issued 2 felony arrest warrants. One for Dawn Elaine Coleman, 40, of Shreveport, Louisiana. Another for Dewan Anderson. Dewan Ludi Anderson, 37, of Atlanta, Georgia, who is the mother of the deceased child. Those felony warrants were for neglect of a dependent resulting in death, a level 1 felony, as well as obstruction of justice, a level 6 felony. As a result of the information gathered in this investigation, Detective Matt Busick, who is the lead investigator, and Detective Chris Tucker, also from the Indiana State Police post here in Sellersburg, traveled to California. On October 19th, so just a few days ago, Detective Busick located and arrested Dawn Coleman with the assistance of the San Francisco PD. This investigation is ongoing and continuing. As a result of information that's still being worked on in this investigation, the two also traveled to the Los Angeles metro area after arresting Dawn Coleman. They were unsuccessful in locating Dewan Anderson, but they believed she could possibly be. Again, the investigation continues, and as a result of information that's gathered on Tuesday, October 25th, the Washington County Circuit Court issued an arrest warrant for murder for the mother, Dewan Anderson.
Well done. This is one sick puppy. I will go through it. She just is, she needs to be taken off the streets.
Dewan Anderson is currently at large. Again, she is the mother of the deceased. She is described as a black female, approximately 5'5", around 135 pounds. In her last known photo, which I have here courtesy of the Louisville Metro Corrections Department, she had dark brown hair at that time, short, dark, very dark brown hair. Again, this is the last known official photo that we have of her. At this time, we can also identify, excuse me,
It's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking to see people, get emotional. I mean, it's to be expected in a situation like this. This is a little boy that they found in a suitcase. It's heartbreaking.
identify the young man that was found in the suitcase. He was Cairo Jordan. Cairo Jordan was from Atlanta, Georgia, excuse me. He was 5 years old at the time of his death. And Cairo would have turned 6 this past Monday on October 24th.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. So, these guys, this little guy was caught. He was found fairly fast. There was a mushroom picker that was out looking for mushrooms and across the suitcase. And in that suitcase was remains of a 5-year-old boy. And these people, these women, they need to be held accountable. They're, I can't say that they're nuts, but their behavior is nuts. So let's take a peek here. So again, this is the mother, and this is what she put her baby in. Oh, so yeah, he was found in Washington County woods on April 16th by a resident. He had never been reported missing. DeWan Anderson is 37 and is charged with his murder, and she is on the run. Oh, she's been charged with neglect of a dependent resulting in the death and obstruction of justice. She was last seen in Echo Park, and that is an area in California. The other woman who is also facing charges is Dawn Coleman, 40, of Shreveport, Louisiana. She's facing the same charges minus the murder. So she's been arrested Tuesday night in San Francisco and is going to be extradited. Continue reading here. Oh. So let's see here. According to the citation, Anderson was arrested in Louisville on a robbery charge in March, and that was just weeks before Cairo was found deceased. She got out on bail and bolted. So it says she was taken into custody in South Carolina after leading police on a chase reaching 92 miles per hour in a 60 zone. She doesn't care about anybody's life except barely hers, it sounds like. Or if anybody, it would be hers. Police said Cairo would have turned 6 this week. So if anyone has any information about her whereabouts, you're asked to call 911 or to call the nationwide toll-free tip line at 1-888-437-6432. She's being described as 5 feet 5 inches tall and 135 pounds. She was last seen in LA and is known to travel and has recently been to San Francisco, San Diego, Las Vegas, Houston, and Texas. Yeah, she does get around. Police say that Cairo's father has been contacted. So yeah, that's that. This is so disturbing. Let's take a look here. Okay, so let's go here then. The body of a little boy who was stuffed in a suitcase and abandoned in an isolated park of Indiana was identified as Cairo Jordan. His mother, 37-year-old Dijon Ludi Anderson, is wanted on the murder charges. Let's take another look at this woman. Her trying to be pretty. And this was what we just watched here. We know that her buddy, 40 years old, has been taken into custody and will be transferred to Indiana. And they are not saying exactly what the relationship was between the two women. It says there were no witnesses, there were no family members, there were no acquaintances that came forward with any type of information. We only had the crime scene. And this is the crime scene. His body was found in a hard case suitcase with distinctive Las Vegas design by a mushroom hunter in Washington County in the southern part of the state. Again, he died from the electrolyte imbalance, probably due to gastritis, which is vomiting and diarrhea that would result, if not taken care of, in dehydration. So these women have been up to some pretty freaky things. I'm wondering, there we go. John Elaine Coleman has been caught. We're looking for this one. So let's see here. So on one of her Facebook posts, we know that she has said February 19th, a very, very powerful demonic force from within my son. So yeah, she was thinking that her son was possessed by demons. Let's take another look here. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to do this. Because I do have some really good information that was put in here. So this here, Mama God. So this is Dawn, who was just picked up. Ank, Keck, whatever the hell that is. So let's see here. Mother. While Anderson was in jail, documents made it appear that Coleman took over the social media, documenting their beliefs about demons, vessels, and child possession. So this here is one of the posts. Don't let the avatars fool you. There is a face under it, and you need some. You need to see some have souls, some don't. Evil and wicked is hiding in plain sight. Ugh. So again, this is Dawn. What is meant for you will never lower your vibration. So this is just some responses to some of her posts. So this is a company that supposedly, this is under the name of Active No Compliance, Ashley Logistics Corporation, agent name Dijon Anderson. So she has on there a few people that she's got. CEO is herself. She's got Brant Williams, and as her secretary, she has Cairo Jordan. Right there. Now, if you look over here in latest events, you've got April 6th, edition of Officer Wont Anderson, CEO. Same day, it's the removal of Officer Cairo Jordan, Secretary. Remember this date? Yeah. Scary. Scary. She's putting it right out there for everybody to see. So this is just a little bit, a bigger removal of Officer Cairo Jordan. Not afraid to put it right out there. So this is what we just watched. So I thought I had more. I do. So this here is Cairo's dad. Today my heart was broken into a million pieces. I got a call from an officer telling me that my 5-year-old son, Cairo Jordan, who ironically turned 6 today, was murdered by his mother, Dijon Anderson, in Indiana, April 14th, 2022. It's October 25th, his birthday, and they are just now notifying me about his death. Me and my family have spent the past 3 years looking for Dijon and Cairo. She took him away at the beginning of our custody battle back in 2017. She threatened to call the police on me for coming to pick him up on agreed weekend. She never showed up in court, and it's killing me because that weekend is the last time I seen my baby boy. I swear, y'all, I don't know the pain. As a father, I feel defeated. This was the only thing I feared on this earth. This sick bitch smothered my son. She put his body in a suitcase and threw him out on the side of the road. This effing trash outside in Salem, Indiana. The unidentified little boy who was found in the suitcase is my son, Cairo Jordan. His story has been on CNN and other news platforms for the past 6 months, and the whole time it was my child, OMFG. Boy, when I tell you I am sick to my stomach, everyone knows how I am about my kids, and I never thought I would have got that call today. This is a parent's worst nightmare. Choose your mate wisely, y'all. It's deeper than just baby mama, baby daddy drama. Rest in heaven. Cairo, I love you, son. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. Okay. Let me just look at this paperwork here. So this is Dawn again. April 8th. Just because the avatar is of what we call a child does not mean that it is actually a child. There are beings that are here that are not supposed to be here and pick avatars to hide behind to play roles and steal energy and to ruin lives. You better check to see if the children that you think are children actually have souls or if they are malevolent beings with a soul in a child avatar. Oh my God. Magic is real. Curses are real. And there are some very powerful evil beings here that will curse your womb and then some. Nothing is what it seems, and we are catering to evil beings in children avatars that aren't even children. Y'all need to rise. Most of you won't. Most will be wiped out because of your demons. This paradigm has no room for that. This is the sick shit that's been going on. Don't let the avatars fool you. There is a face under it, and you need to see some have souls, some don't. Yeah. shutting down my business page and my Don Coleman page. I wonder why. Next stop, Columbia, South Carolina. Mama God, AK-47, freeing souls and commanding my MF Chai, Katu Katu. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, these are all her Facebook posts. Thank you for the solar return, birthday wishes. Don Coleman. Totally normal. So I found this very disturbing. This is Dawn. And this here, that would be the Las Vegas hard-shelled suitcase. Yeah. That's what that is. Yeah. So guys, there is, as you can see, there is a fair amount to this. I wanted to go through this with you. There's lots more that we can spend time going through, but for now, I just basically wanted to go through a few of these different things and let you know the craziness of what hello sunshine. So yeah, that's what we've got out at this moment. They make see. We might have a map. Let's see here.
Here, sorry, I'm here. Hello, I'm here. Hi.
No,
You got me off guard.
were you able to? Make some sense?
Finish
out
it? Of course. Of course.
Of course, of course. I went through a couple of the like the short updates,
Yeah.
and then went through some of those Facebook posts.
Right? What
And,
dimension are we in right now?
Oh
Is this
my
the normal
God.
plane?
Yeah, I don't know. I better make sure that I'm not an avatar, but I'm not an avatar
Right.
before I go making any kind of
I
attempt
mean,
at. Yeah.
I know people,
It's
there's,
nuts.
I know everyone believes in something different, but
Mm-hmm.
in what world is okay to
Oh.
just
Mm-hmm.
get rid of children because you think that they're possessed by 70-year-old women who
Oh.
can't stop, who are chain smokers, who are just like demons?
Like,
Like, I can't.
oh, no, like it's unreal, and people follow these guys. That's the
Yes, that's
scariest, is
scary. Yes, like that.
right?
What's her? What did we call her? What did I call her? What did she call herself? Actually, because we don't even call her that. But it's something God.
Something?
Oh my gosh,
Mother
this girl.
God?
Yes, Mama God. God.
Yeah,
GAWE. Like,
right? Oh my God.
and
So
she's
they've
got like
got her. She's
3,000
in the news,
followers who feel like that. Exactly like she
right?
does.
Yeah, yeah.
God.
Some of their responses were unreal. It's like, and I
Mhm.
mean, how many of these people are out there thinking that their children are possessed? I mean, if anybody's ever had a toddler,
Aren't they
they
all
might act
possessed
possessed,
at
but
that
that's
age?
what toddlers do.
Yeah. Aren't they possessed? They're all
Kind of a
possessed at that
toddler
age.
thing,
Well, that's why I
right?
kept
Like,
so all day I kept going down rabbit hole after rabbit hole because I was just like stuck on her Facebook page all day because
oh,
she posts
fair
like
enough.
10 things per day almost. And then I would like go into the comments to see like who was commenting on there, and like I was going on holes looking at them, and I'm just like, there's 3,000 people that probably feel the way that she does, right? Give or take.
Well, I
And
just put True Crime with Sunshine up, and she's saying this is the third case of the year off the top of her head that a mom thought her child was possessed and then actually unalive them.
Well, the Lori Vallow
Wow.
case would be a very good example of that.
There you
That's
go.
exactly what
Yeah,
she
there you
thought.
go.
Like she would measure
Yeah.
people's like spirit, like if depending on the number you were like was it a ghost or an alien or something? I don't know. Like
Something otherworldly.
yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what that what
Unreal.
that was
Yeah.
about.
Like,
So
I have a hard time believing that people actually think this way. I don't
mhm.
know. I don't, I don't get it. And then to find 3,000 people that are like-minded.
Yep. And that's just the ones that I found on Facebook. I still need to go through
Yeah.
the Instagram. And she's got two of them. She's got two Instagrams.
Does she under both names? Is that how that works? Or
One of them, I believe, is that Mama God one. And
yeah.
then the other one was something very similar, but I think it's like just like a personal account. And then she uses the other one for her spiritual
Yeah.
readings and cleansings and exorcisms or
And
whatever
and
else.
Dewan, she's taken her
Mhm.
stuff down, right? Yeah.
From what
Yeah.
I've been able to find, yeah. And then according to a few news sources, yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
um
That's kind
her Twitter is deleted for sure, and I can't find her on Facebook. Like,
and she must have closed down a profile or done something because that seems to have been a fairly big part
that would
of
have
what
been
Dawn, yeah, that seemed to
right.
be.
So, did you happen to mention how technically Cairo's been missing since 2017?
No, I didn't get into that.
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah, from the
really, really
father's
important.
outlook,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
you bet. From the father
Well,
has not seen him since basically she was supposed to go back to court and didn't show up.
yeah, they were doing like a custody thing, I guess, in court, and
Mm-hmm.
she just didn't show up. And he hasn't seen the child
Unreal.
since. So, like, I would think that there would be, I mean, I understand that that's his mother, so it's not technically kidnapping, but she didn't, there should be like a bench warrant for her for not showing up to the proceedings,
Right.
right? Like, I don't,
That's right.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And how many names was she going by? She's going to have
That's another
aliases
thing,
that are
too.
right,
That's another
that are
thing,
not
too.
yet discovered.
That's kind of, as I was going through those holes, I was like, man, I bet you, like, she's got some aliases that we don't
Haven't
necessarily know
found
about.
yet.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's kind of curious, like when she would have shut down these accounts.
Hmm. Well,
Law
nobody,
enforcement,
what
I'm
was it,
sure.
like, realized that, what's that affidavit say? Where's because they were, I think, like, somebody was trying to find, because she contacted the archdiocese, like, asking for
Yeah.
help, like, the Pope or whoever was going to come down, and I don't know, but like she
Right.
tweeted him because the Pope has a tweet. Like he tweets. I don't know. I guess somebody was trying to like find if the archdiocese had like responded back, and the account was closed. But I do have her Twitter account. What it was actually.
Right. Right.
Miss
So I'm
Dejade.
almost wondering.
Mhm.
I'm almost wondering if there's any other platforms that Dawn didn't get to take down before
I'll
she got
check
picked up.
Instagram. Well, Dawn didn't get to
And
close down any of her things. Like her Facebook is still
no,
up. Her Instagrams are
yeah,
still up. Although I did notice because I just try to go back to Cairo's dad's
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and he has privatized it quite a bit. He's like deleted some posts or just made them private, and he privated
Okay.
like all of his pictures.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I imagine, you know, how certain groups really like to attack
Yeah, no, yeah,
families.
yeah,
And I would imagine people would start jumping at him because they would have expected him to
right.
do,
And I mean,
you
I
know.
kind of understood that. Like when I read that post that I screenshotted, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, man, this dude's gonna catch some flack here soon for
Yeah. Oh, they'll expect he should have known this and he shouldn't have known that. And,
right. But I mean, what can
you
you
know,
do? Like
but
he, like how much can you do when the person just disappears? And like she was obviously good at.
mm-hmm.
She's been on the run for like 5 years now, 6
Yeah.
years.
And when you
Yeah,
want to disappear, I mean, I'm sure you
yeah.
can,
Hmm.
you know, and I'm sure when you have groups that are a little bit messed up, that, you know, like some of these groups seem to be,
See, a
um,
little culty, so they have like people everywhere, kind of. You
right.
know.
E- exactly. Exactly. So what'd you figure out with the mapping?
I mean, I finished it. If you wanna, let me share my
I'd love
screen.
to see it.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where am I? Where am I? Present.
Techie Mexi Texie. Okay.
Yeah. So can you see? There it goes. So look at all. Like they've literally been around
Oh, look at
all
that,
over.
eh?
Quite a few spots. So
I
where
was
should
reading
start?
like they were all over California there for a little while. Like
Hmm.
I think that's where Dawn was picked up, right? In LA,
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Okay.
Yeah. From I believe so. From one of the reports I read.
Yeah.
Um, and they think that Dijon, I don't know. Cairo's mother might be
Dijon.
over here by Echo Park, I guess.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
let's see. Let's go to Google Earth. So
I
I
can't
guess we can
believe
work
how many.
backwards from it, like go from the start maybe. Have you read the affidavit yet?
No,
Um,
I haven't.
okay. I mean, if you want to
I haven't
kind of
been
like
able
go off
to.
that, because
I
I
haven't been
based
able
it.
to bring it up,
Oh,
but I
really?
can. Yeah.
You had downloaded, right? Like it's on your, um,
Yeah, I've got it here on my desktop, so I can go through it. I just
yeah,
can't.
because show it per se.
No,
That's fine
no.
because I based most of the map off of the probable cause affidavit. So if you read it, we can just kind of
Okay.
go through the
Okay.
locations.
So, Indiana State Police Detective Matt Busick affirms that he believes and has good cause to believe on the below date in the county of Washington in the state of Indiana, Dawn Elaine Coleman committed the offense of neglect of a dependent resulting in death, a level 1 felony, obstruction of justice, a level 6 felony. Point 1, on April 16th, 2022, Detective Busick was assigned to lead a death investigation in the Pekin area of Washington County, Indiana. Pekin area of Washington County. On the evening of Saturday, April 16th, 2022, Jeffrey Meredith called 911 and reported finding the body of a young black male child in a suitcase in the woods off Holder Road in southeastern Washington County. Meredith stated he was mushroom hunting on his property located on the south side of the road and had crossed over to the property that runs along the north side of Holder Road. Holder Road is a dead-end road. However, the road is not marked as a dead end.
So I got my map up here, and I do believe this is the spot. It's listed as East Holder Road. But I think I'm pretty sure this is it. So I'm assuming like
Road.
the north side would either be like this side where I'm circling.
Right.
And then this would be the south. And DeJohn's and Don, so Coleman's and Anderson's phones both pinged in this area as well on the 14th.
On the 14th, exactly. So,
That's what the suitcase
Yeah.
looks good. Right there.
wow. Yeah, it's just disturbing. It's beyond disturbing. So when
There's a
Meredith saw
bigger
the
picture of the
suitcase,
suitcase right there.
of the suitcase, yeah, I pointed out that one in that picture of Dawn, where it was in that photo in the background.
Mm-hmm. Here, let me try to put them
Wow.
kind of side by side so you can see, everyone can see. What happened? What happened here? Okay, hold on. Let's try that again. So you can,
Yeah,
it would be flipped, but you can see that's it. Like that's the suitcase.
it is.
Like,
It is. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's disturbing. Her suitcase. And she's,
ridiculous.
mm,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there. So that
absolutely. When Meredith saw the suitcase, which was not covered and could be viewed from the roadway, he approached and opened it. Inside, he located a pillow on a closed black trash bag. He ripped open the trash bag and found what he described as being a young black male child. Washington County Deputy Matt Heen was the first to arrive at the scene and approached and manipulated the suitcase and the trash bag to confirm that it contained the body of a young black male child. Point 5. I arrived on scene at approximately 9:40 p.m. and was briefed by Sergeant David Mitchell and was walked around to the east side of the scene to view the suitcase. Point 6. I then spoke with a resident who lives on Holder Road. His residence is covered by video security with one camera focused on the end of his driveway, which also captures a portion of Holder Road below his home, closer to the area where the suitcase was discovered. He voluntarily gave the hard drive and the security system to law enforcement. Point 7. After the scene was photographed, the suitcase was closed and placed in a bag supplied by the Washington County Coroner. Awesome, thank you. To the Washington County Coroner's Office at approximately 12:10 a.m., April 17th, 2022. April 19th, 2022, an autopsy was conducted on the unidentified male child. Point 9, April 19th, 2022. Indiana State Police Lab analysis transported the black trash bags located within the suitcase to the State Police Lab for fingerprint testing and analysis. June 29th, 2022. I was contacted by Mallory Webb, Indiana State Police forensic scientist, who stated she obtained a fingerprint match from 2 of the trash bags located in the suitcase. Point 11, the match came back to Dewani Lottie Anderson, Georgia driver's license and address 966 Westmoreland Circle, Northwest Atlanta, Georgia. Gives her date of birth as 9/21/1985. July 25th, 2022, I was contacted by Mallory Webb, Indiana State forensic scientist, who stated she obtained a second fingerprint match from the black trash bag located in the suitcase. Point 13, the match came back to Dawn Elaine Coleman. Address, blah, 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 Shreveport, Louisiana. 14. After receiving confirmation on the first fingerprint match on June 29th, I began to investigate DeJuan Anderson. 15. It was discovered that DeJuan Anderson is the owner of Ashley Logistics Corporation with a listed business address of 1445 Woodmont Lane, Atlanta, Georgia. 16.
Which
The Georgia.
have.
Let's
Go down to Georgia for a second. Sorry, I'm a little behind of you, but
No.
this is the 814 address. No, not the 814. It's the 9666 Westmoreland Circle, Northwest.
Okay.
This is what's on her.
Lottie Anderson.
This is what's on her driver's license.
Okay.
I mean, and I don't know if I know there's a lot of people who don't switch their addresses when they move.
Right. But she was there at one point, or if not, it was the address she left.
Right, allegedly. And I'm assuming it's this one right here in the corner. What an interesting green color that is.
Right?
Wait, the color is like
Only bought in Louisiana.
well, this is Georgia. Welcome to Georgia.
Oh, we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Georgia. Yeah. Atlanta, Georgia.
That's like, this seems like a really nice neighborhood.
It does.
Yeah,
It does
very
really well. I mean, it's nicely landscaped. It's clean.
Yeah, seems like a good place to, I guess, not raise your child because he's demonic, apparently. But then she has a business. It's listed as like a non-profit.
Okay.
I don't really know.
So is that the one we were just talking about? It
would be this one, the 1445 Woodmont Lane.
Okay.
DeJuan has a business that's registered under her name to this address here. It's called Ashley Logistics Corporation.
Right.
And there's a couple of things of note to this. Actually, I just want to go put my little man down here just to see what it looks like.
We went through
What's that say?
that paperwork that showed about Cairo being.
What is this?
And then,
do you see this? Physicaladdress.com. Like, that's actually a sign that's outside of.
look at that. What is that?
Right. I don't know, like, wow. Physical address.
Isn't that interesting?
.com.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
for as low as $7.98, you can just, I guess, rent out this address. Just the address, because like, I mean, you're not
You
going
can
to
have
live in.
stuff sent. Yeah.
Well, like you would just
Wow.
have, like, for people that have like a business that doesn't necessarily have a location, like this is what they would use. Like they would pay a monthly
Yeah.
whatever just to say that their
Mhm.
business is at that location, but it's not at that location.
Oh my God. These guys are scammers.
There's something, right? Like there are.
Well, there's something. Oh.
So this is a little. That's that picture that's right there next on the actual Google
Mhm.
map. But this is just a bigger thing of what it looks like.
Okay.
And Cairo is listed as the secretary of this business.
Yes. Yeah.
Which
That was actually one of the things I went through.
mhm.
We went through where he was taken off of
Yeah,
there.
and you
Was it
can
on the
see that.
6th of April?
Yeah, you can see that kind of right here in the corner where it says latest events.
Mhm.
Between the dates of 4/6 and 4/26 of 2022, so April 6th to the 26th,
Mhm.
Dijon removed Cairo from the business. He's no longer
Wow.
secretary. And that in between that time is when he died, because they found him on the 16th. So
Mhm. So they're
that's
thinking that he was
ballsy.
only there for 2
Like 2
days,
days.
maybe?
Yeah, because their cell phone pings were like the 14th, and then the mushroom hunter found him on the 16th.
You know, when this first broke that they had found the suitcase, I had no idea at that point that he had only been in there for a couple of days. I thought the
Mm-hmm.
remains were quite a bit older than that. But
Well,
2
I think
days.
they tortured him for a few days, and then and by torture I mean like they try to probably do like an exorcism on him or something. Like
Well, that's the rumor out there, is that's exactly what happened, is that he was going through an exorcism, which would,
mhm.
depending on what they chose to use, could explain the diarrhea and the vomiting
Right.
and
The
all the
toxicology
things that
report
would,
coming out negative because they might have used like some herbal thing that's
right.
like non-detectable.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Wow.
Okay.
Ugh. So let's see here.
Um,
So, March.
12. Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back, make sure the Georgia Corporations Division lists the registered agent for Ashley Logistics Corporation as Dijon Anderson with physical address, which you just showed,
Mm-hmm.
which is actually like just a paid service.
Yeah, apparently anyone
Dijon
can get it.
Anderson. Oh, whoa. Dijon Anderson is listed as the CEO, and Child Victim 1, as he's being referred to, is listed as the secretary for the business. Whoa. March 12, 2022, Dijon Anderson was arrested by the South Carolina Highway Patrol. Anderson was charged with child endangerment, speeding over 25 miles per hour, failure to stop for blue lights.
This was in Colton County.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really specify where she got pulled over. It just said Colton County.
Okay.
But she did spend some time there, and I think she might have been released the next day, probably. But
Okay.
they say that she went to jail, and then Coleman, who's Don, Dawn. And an unidentified child, which is Cairo, I'm assuming, were transported to like a Hilton. That's a Hilton hotel that's somewhere around here.
Hilton Hotel.
I should probably show
And
them.
given information on how to contact Anderson, who was transported to the Colton County Jail.
I'm just like looking it up her phone just to see if I can find the.
South Carolina Highway Patrol attempted to stop Anderson for driving 92 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. Anderson did not stop and proceeded to lead troopers on a pursuit lasting approximately 30 miles before she ran out of gas. Anderson was driving a 2019 Dodge Challenger, returning to her business, Ashley Logistics Corporation. In the vehicle with Anderson was Dawn Elaine Coleman and a child that Anderson stated was her 5-year-old son by the name of Redacted. And what a horrible name for a kid.
Redacted.
Name of and gave his birth as Redacted. Anderson stated Coleman was her sister. When the vehicle came to a stop, neither Anderson nor Coleman listened to commands and would not open the doors. Troopers tried to breach and break the driver's side window to make entry into the vehicle. Coleman was transported with the child to a Hilton hotel and given information on how to contact Anderson at the Colton County Jail. 21.
This girl just cannot stop from getting arrested.
All right. I mean, it's too bad that they haven't been able to keep her. Yeah, arrested by the Louisville Metro Police Department.
Yep.
On March 31st. She looks innocent enough.
Doesn't she? In that picture, she actually looks quite lovely.
Job.
Yeah. She's arrested outside of the mall. Or she was shoplifting at the mall at... I've never heard of this store that they're talking about.
Von Mauer?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
At the Oxmoor robbery in the 2nd degree. 7900 Shelby Road. The report states that during this incident, Anderson was stopped by mall security when she exited the store due to loss prevention. Witnessing her concealing clothing items in a bag when stopped, Anderson became violent and punched the security guard in the face. Wow. While in custody at the Jeffrey County, Kentucky jail, Anderson made 2 calls to a woman who is believed to be Dawn Coleman. Coleman told Anderson, "We're okay and will be staying at her cousin's by the name of Vera."
Right, so that was
of this investigation.
April 11th, right? So there's a couple of things that, well, I totally missed this, but like in South Carolina, when she got arrested in South Carolina, this is Dawn, right? Annette Keck. She actually posted about it, and she talks about herself like she's a third person.
Thank you for the solar return birthday wishes.
But there was, next stop, Columbia, South Carolina. Mama God, AK-47, freeing souls and commanding my MFG Katu, if that's how you pronounce it, is Dijon. That's who she's talking about.
Wow.
I forgot to mention that, like, when we were in South Carolina. But then on this is something that I found relating to April 11th on Dawn's. Somebody, obviously you can see their name. I'm not going to call them out, but was on April 11th. That's when Dijon was released. Somebody contacted Dawn and was like, Kachu's getting out of jail. Like, this is important. She needs your number. Hit her up. It's ASAP. Which
Wow.
Dijon must have been communicating with a few people while she was in there. I feel like because
Yeah, by the sounds of it.
because Dawn seemed it sounded like Dawn was still in the area, like with her aunt Vera. So yeah, I'm not sure where that lack of contact, why she needed someone else to let her know that she was getting out of jail. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would think she was probably talking to more than one. There's a few of them that seem to keep pretty close tabs on each other.
Yeah. Yeah. These people are kind of scary.
They're very scary, and all the like-minded ones out there that, I don't know, that might be exercising their own children. So while in custody at the Jefferson County, Kentucky jail, Anderson made 2 calls to a woman who she believed is Dawn Coleman. Coleman told Anderson, "We're okay." So on or about December 5th, 2021, Dijon Anderson sent the following message on her Facebook account. My son is... Okay, this is where she's going back at you. My son is name. Okay. December 5th, the next one, Dijon Anderson sent the following message. I offer reversal spell, protection spells, activating your DNA, exorcisms, and hex /
What does activating your DNA even mean?
That's a really good question. But it's a well-needed service for some. Unreal. 26, on or about January 5th, 2022, Dawn Coleman made the following post. I am using my blood for this ritual. Right?
She should have used more of it. Because
a lot more. Right? Yeah, well said. 27, on or about February 19th, 2022, Dawn Anderson made the following post. Can't wait to tell my story. I have raised my frequency, heal myself and past lives, heal my ancestors, heal shit in the universe, heal Gaia, Gaia, I'm not sure, to exorcism, a very powerful demonic force from within my son. Had people in alignment with their soul to assist me. Still, I chose my soul and was able to completely heal myself and remove old paradigms. Did we find out what?
Well, good for you. I'm glad that you got absolved from all of your.
Right.
Let me look at the word. What's the spelling? Paradigi.
Paradigms, like pilgrims, but not paradigms.
A typical example or pattern of something. A model. A worldview underlying the theories and methodology of a particular scientific subject.
Wow. I know you can choose your soul with no questions asked.
A people are creepy.
Oh, in a big way. On or about March 15th, 2022, Dwan Anderson made the following post. Stop getting caught up in the vessels of this realm. You guys get caught up with how old the body is. If they, adult and kids, etc., don't even know it's a full-grown demon in the child's body telling you what to do because you didn't choose your soul. Better start using your third eye. Oh. March 18th, Dwan Anderson made the following post. You have to use your magic for everything. We have transitioned to living in the now. If you still have trauma that is unhealed, you are creating resistance for us that are healed. Fuck with your frequency. Stop this low vibrational movement. Okay. March 18th, Dwan Anderson made the following post. Can't wait to tell this story about that exorcism, a book about living with a demonic child, and podcast. April 4th, 2022. Dawn
Freaking
Coleman
podcast.
made the following post on her Facebook. Don't let the avatars fool you. There is a face under it, and you need to see some have souls, some don't. Evil and wicked is hiding in plain sight. Must keep rising, AKMG. Don't let the avatars fool you. What the hell? I just figured out, like, what an avatar was on my damn computer. Don't be asking me to figure out. Seriously, it's like, what the hell, people?
I feel like this girl, Dawn, and Lori should just all be in the same. They should just be Sallys. They can work on their chakra and vibrational chi, whatever the hell, and together.
Oh, yeah. Could you imagine?
I can't. I don't even.
Oh, not even, right? Ank Keck. The vanity name for Dawn Coleman is Ank Keck. Just because the avatar is of what we call a child does not mean that it is actually a child. There are beings that are out there that are not supposed to be here, that pick avatars to hide behind, to play roles, to steal energy, and to ruin lives. You better check to see if the children that you think are children actually have souls. What the
How do you check, though? How do you know? How do you check if they have a soul? What's the test for that?
Oh. Right? Yeah, like that they're stealing their energy and ruining their lives. Magic is real. Curses are real. There are some very powerful evil beings there that will curse your womb and then some. Nothing is what it seems, and we're catering to evil beings and children, avatars that aren't even children. Y'all need to rise. Most of won't. Most will be wiped out because of your demons in this paradigm, and no room for that.
Curse your womb.
This is just crazy talk.
See what children do to your insides? They curse them.
Curse.
Right.
Oh, good Lord.
Curse your womb.
Well, I thought mine was playing drums. He was down there freaking.
That's what he was doing. He was cursing her.
Oh,
I can't eat. Like, I don't understand that train, like that thinking. Like, I don't.
The train of.
I don't get it. Like,
absolutely
you had the child, so you cursed yourself. Like, that's how I would logically.
Exactly. Yeah. Right? But no, those aren't really children. I guess they're avatars. Says April
God,
10th, 2022. Most
vessels.
of the children aren't even really children. At that, just in an avatar playing a
I think,
character.
what did she call it? Meat vessel. We're just meat vessels on this.
We're meat vessels. That's
We're
just
meat vessels
beautiful.
on this plane of whatever dimension it is that we're at right now. I don't know.
Oh my God. Yeah. On or about April 11th, Dwan Anderson was released from the Jefferson County, Kentucky jail.
Yeah.
And then on or about April 11th, Dwan Anderson made the following posts.
She immediately went back
got
to Facebook.
right away.
Yeah.
Just got out of jail mission. Yes, had to do some healing and killing.
Is that jail mission? If I ever get arrested, that's what I'm calling it.
Jail. Just got
Jail
out
mission.
of a jail mission. April 12th, Dwan Anderson made the following statement. So this one's interesting. At Fr. Vincent Lambert, good day, sir. I need to speak to you urgently. I have survived the death attacks from my 5-year-old throughout the 5 years he's been alive. I have been able to weaken his powers through our blood. I have his real name. He is 100 years old. Need assistance.
Doesn't this sound like Lori Vallow?
This is just crazy talk. I haven't spent a lot of time on that Lori Vallow. I haven't. It's just all such bullshit. It's just like, oh my God. And I mean, this is a whole bunch of the same. You're right. I obtained a search warrant for AT&T for all historical cell phone data and the 2 cell phone numbers used by Dijon Anderson and Don Coleman. I determined that these 2 numbers were used by Anderson and Coleman based on prior arrest records, as well as additional search warrants that I obtained for Hilton Worldwide Holdings regarding their hotel reservations. So yeah, Lori and Chad, is this basically, but they are what,
yes, and then they have like a chart or like some kind of like metric system that like they would put values like on people in their life, and like that's what she ended up doing to her kids. Like she thought that they were zombies and like that they were no longer. She was crazy.
right.
She thought her
Yeah, that
ex-husband,
shit.
I can't remember his name, but his last name was Vallow. He tried to come home one day and like all of his stuff was out. Yeah, all of his stuff was outside. He was locked out. Like, she had changed. I don't know.
Just like
but
that.
and then he was trying to tell the cops that she was crazy. Like she was like, he's lost it. Like she thinks I'm someone else, and she would call him by this name, like whatever it was. Yeah, she's a little loony. Just a scotch. A little too many pebbles in that. Too many.
So April 15th, 2022, Dwan Anderson made the following status on her Facebook profile. This is a whole demon in a child body. What you think she need a cigarette? Okay, we did that. She need a cigarette. April 16th, same day, police were alerted to the discovery of a suitcase and unidentified child. Dwan Anderson, her 2019 Dodge Challenger bearing license plate blah blah blah, captured by Riverlink camera driving south on I-65 over the bridge from Jeffersonville, Indiana to Louisville, Kentucky at approximately 8:16 p.m.
I missed that one. I-65, huh? Right here?
Yeah, I-65. Over the bridge from Jeffersonville, Indiana to Louisville,
Yeah.
Kentucky.
It's a straight shot. It's almost like she got released from jail, just hopped on the highway, went straight over, and here's Holder Road.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yep. Ugh.
And I think also,
April 16th.
I'm not sure where it was mentioned, but I think like while she was in jail, while Dijon was in jail, Dawn had actually taken over or was like posting for her on her social media accounts too. So
Okay, right. Yeah, they're pretty comfy with each other. A review of Dewan Anderson's public Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts shows pictures of a boy of approximately 5 years of age that matches pictures taken of the unidentified child during autopsy. A review of Dawn Coleman's public Facebook and Instagram accounts shows pictures and videos of her with the same Las Vegas hard-shelled sided suitcase. Yeah, that the unidentified male child was discovered in. Hey, Connor, how are you doing? This is, some mixed up people, you guys. These women, oh, they're just horrible. So this one here is Dawn. No, yeah, that's Dawn. And there's the suitcase behind her.
I messed up.
And that's what she put that beautiful little boy in.
Well, both her
and the
and
mother.
yeah, she can't escape this. Like that's her suitcase. That's very obvious. I mean, it's in
Right.
her picture, so it's not like she can't say she wasn't involved. And her phone pinged there too, so she's guilty of. She should be guilty of murder.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then they've got her fingerprints on
The bag.
black garbage
So you
bags
know that she helped do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So let's see here. So on July 8th, 2022, with assistance from Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Agent Dan Sims were able to obtain the birth certificate for child victim 1, which is Cairo, listed under Georgia Straight File number. Child victim 1 was born at the Northside Hospital, located in Atlanta, Georgia, county of Fullerton. His date of birth is listed, it's redacted. The mother as Dijon Ludi Anderson, and father is Vincent Charles Jordan Jr. The little boy, 5 years old, was born in April 2022. I make this statement not as a complete statement of facts, but only to establish probable cause. Detective Matt Busick. And that's dated this month, August 14th, 2022.
And guys, like, Cairo's birthday was just yesterday, too. He just turned 6 yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's actually when his father, like his biological father, was informed as well that he had passed away. So it was quite a sad day. It's quite a sad day. But some kind of weird justice there is they found him. I mean, they found the people responsible. We just need to find.
Yes.
Well, they need to find Dijon. But
we need to get
1 out of 2 ain't bad.
locked up. Oh, and you know, it's impressive with how fast they were able to put this stuff together. You know, we get so many losses. We hear of all this tragedy, and there's a lot of times, like, look what's going on right now with that case with, oh my goodness, how come I'm going blank? I've been following him like for the past 3 weeks. But another baby that
Quentin?
is missing, and yeah, Quentin, thank you. Sorry, rest in peace, baby. Ole, thank you. Yeah, Quentin, they're looking hard to get information on that case, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure these guys had. Yeah, but one way or another, they'll get justice for this little guy. Totally
Hopefully.
heart-wrenching.
Hope so.
Just
Like I said, we got
beautiful.
1 out of 2. It's just a matter of time. I'm sure Dawn will probably give her up. She's got to.
There's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is that. Unless she does some of her magic. Hi
Mm-hmm.
there, Datset. Welcome. So yeah, I think we've covered like everything that is out there right now.
Mm-hmm. This right here,
Shutting
this is one of
down my
her. Yeah, this was from April 23rd. So, like, to me, it's they commit a murder,
mm-hmm.
and then she's like, "Oh, I'm shutting down my business page and my Dawn Coleman page." I don't know why she talks in her like she's a whole different person.
Like
I'm not sure. Um,
yeah.
but it's just kind of
Well,
odd.
she kind
Like,
of did that all the way through.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
the whole
know. It's,
thing. You know, I mean, who tries to perform an exorcism on a child? Ooh, like,
mm,
I mean, can't you just put him in the corner for 5 minutes?
she must have
Really?
really thought there was like something either like wrong, like I don't want to say mentally, that's so rude, but like maybe she had like some kind of psychological breakdown or something because she did also contact the archdiocese. Like she was convinced that he was possessed. Like I don't know
Yeah.
if Dawn had anything to do with that, like persuading her to feel that way, or apparently she had
Or
been
whether she had
posting.
these beliefs before.
Yeah, she had been posting about him being possessed for over a year, I think. Just about.
It was quite some time, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Wow. And just thinking that that was normal way to think. Oh, I
Hmm.
agree. That poor baby. It is.
He's
It's
so
just
cute.
heart-wrenching. Like, I cannot believe that these people are capable of doing this to their own kids. I mean, to any kids. But where is this mother's love thing with these people?
What's going on
I'd
with
get hit
moms
by a
these
Mack
days?
truck over my
I'm thinking.
child,
Yeah.
right? Oh, like it's not natural for these people to be behaving like this with these children. Like it's the exact opposite of anything that would be natural.
Mm.
I'm just going to see if there's anything else that's kind of popped up in the last little bit here.
I still want to know who this Brant Williams is. He's listed. What was he listed as? He was listed as. I don't know. He works for the company. I'm not sure what his title is there. Um,
And that's right, his name was down for, and that paperwork that had him down as secretary, that had Cairo down as secretary,
yeah.
right?
Yes. And actually, I mean, I went and looked Brant Williams up, like
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook, and I don't know if that was him. So I didn't bother like taking any information from it. But
Right.
the one Brant that I found actually lived in California, and he was like a spiritual advisor or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, like that's it.
She
Like
may
he
have
knows
been
where she's
manic.
at. He's probably like tied into it, but I can't be
Yeah.
for sure if that's him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a little bit more digging. Who knows what'll come out the next couple of days, right? She may
Mm-hmm.
have been manic, just an opinion. And that's a good opinion there. I mean, at this point, we're kind of speculating. None of
Yeah.
this is, I mean, who knows if she has had any kind of mental health issues over the past while.
Hmm.
You know, hopefully, like I say, more will start coming out.
Well, I mean, if we're to
And
believe what
hopefully
the
she's not
father
bad.
said, like she dipped out 5 years ago, like just
Yeah.
left. I think maybe something was going
Yeah.
on then. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And she was avoiding court appearances.
hmm
So,
Every single one. Yeah, because she missed that
yeah.
one for the shoplifting or the second degree felony in
Right.
Kentucky.
Wow. And like a True Crime with Sunshine said earlier, like just 3 of these cases off the
Hmm.
top of her head in the last year. Lori Vallow, this little guy. I mean, we just look at other than this, just look at the little kids that have gone missing with no sign. Summer
Hmm.
Wells, you know. I'm glad to see that at least they were able to find this little guy fast enough to be able to,
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah, to be able to pick up the fingerprints, to be able to do all the different things, to at
I'm
least put a
sure the cops
name to
probably
him.
felt like they were scrambling there for a second, because a few months went by. Um, the town where he was found, like, they pretty much adopted him. They call him like their unknown angel. They bought him this beautiful headstone, like had a funeral service for him.
Wow.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Well, and you would, you know, in a situation like this, you would take ownership of that little guy
mhm.
and want to protect him in death because no one did it in life,
Yeah, because like somebody
you know?
just threw him out like freaking trash.
Yeah.
Like I just
Just
can't
tossed him
even with
out.
people.
No, I mean, they can't. I don't even know why these people are allowed plants, let alone able to reproduce. You know, start small, people. If you can keep the plant alive, maybe get a hamster. If you can
Well,
keep
it's
the
just so
hamster
crazy. Like,
alive,
can you
just
believe that this
baby
woman was like
steps.
advising people? Like, she was advising people on how to like fix their inner chakra. I don't know. This,
Yeah, I mean, her level of
get the hades.
spirituality is
Yeah.
not anything I'm. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's see. Hopefully, I mean, if people keep getting there, share the crap out of this. Anything else that is out there that is on Cairo, pass it along. The more people we can have seeing her face and familiar with his case, better chance we're going to have of getting her locked up and
Yeah.
off the street before she does any more damage.
And Dijon, she's been pretty good at like being a little escape artist for like 6 years now. She could be
Yeah.
anywhere. Not necessarily. She doesn't necessarily have to be in San
No, she's quite,
Francisco. Where did they say she was?
I mean, she
Mm,
bounces around like nothing was.
Echo Park.
Yeah.
Echo Park, Los Angeles is the last known area that I think she might have been in, but she could be anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can do some digging
For sure.
on Brant. What is his name? Brant.
Grant. Yeah, that one's gonna be difficult. Unless something
Oh.
comes out, with a police, law enforcement saying something, I think that one's gonna be hard to
Mm-hmm.
find because I'm not the kind of person that just like wants to put somebody's stuff out there without actually knowing if that's them. So I don't want to put
Well,
this
no, fair
guy on
enough.
blast, yeah, and
No,
then not be
no,
him.
no good
So
to dox people. But
no.
if we can find out, well, like I said, I think we'll find out more in the next day or so that might
Hmm.
start putting a couple pieces together. This information came out, it started coming out, the last day or so, that,
Hmm.
like, the little more detail about the whack jobs that these people are.
Yeah,
They
I
did some
mean,
great
just
stuff
a
in.
look. If anyone wants to do a stay up all night and just be weirded out and say, "Oh my
Yep.
God, how many
Yep.
times?" Go look at Dawn's Facebook page. It's still active.
Yeah.
You'll just,
Yeah. Won't believe what you see. Like
hmm
literally. And that people like this actually have followings. That's part of the thing that
yeah,
shocks me. But, you know, when we were talking earlier today, I mean, this is how you get the Jim Joneses and all these other cultish type things.
yeah.
People, for some reason, follow. I don't know. I don't know what they see. I can't figure it out. Something obviously in them is appealing to these people, but they just seem like they're whack jobs to me. And dangerous whack jobs at that. I mean,
hmm
look what they'll do to a child. Like a little
Very
helpless child.
dangerous. I mean, well, she she hit it like a security guard. She got this girl, like, I
Mm,
wouldn't approach her. Like, she doesn't seem like she's gonna go easy, if that makes any sense.
I would
Like,
agree.
um,
Well, yeah, she decked a security guard because
yeah,
that's did her. Yeah, it's not somebody who's afraid of confrontation.
no,
No, I think it would be a matter of calling your local authorities or call 911 if you happen to
mhm.
see her and just, I mean, now she knows she's being hunted, so she's even that much more dangerous than she
I
was.
wonder, I wonder when she realized that, because Dawn didn't, remove any of her social media, but it looks like Dijon has been kind of maybe like MIA since like April, like around then.
Yeah, yeah. So when do they have them both in the same spot? Like it was,
I think they were
geez, it
traveling
got long ago.
around through here for like a couple of months, like
Hmm.
2 months maybe. Mm,
Yeah. Yeah,
'cause-
neither one of them are afraid of making miles.
Mhm.
So you know what? I think Mexi time for me to jump
Yeah,
off. And
no,
thanks
it's
for all the
good.
work you did.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely. It was like
awesome.
an all
You're so
day,
awesome.
all day thing. Such a deep dive. Like I said, I spent hours like on her Facebook alone, like today. So it was crazy.
Oh, and I mean, look at the rabbit holes, but they're like it's
There's
pretty hard
other,
not to get absorbed in those rabbit
yeah.
holes there, right?
Mhm.
They're the furthest thing from um, what I consider, anyways, like normal. As soon as
Mhm.
you start talking about demons and aviators or avatars, and they lost me. I mean,
Vessels, meat
Rosemary's Baby
vessels.
freaked me out.
That's my
I don't need
favorite.
this shit. Yeah, meat vessels,
The meat
right?
vessel was my favorite, I
Oh,
think.
that's just
Wow.
right. Meat vessels. Lovely.
Mm, it's
So,
ridiculous.
anyways, on that note, I
Yeah,
think I am gonna say good night.
yep. Turning off the
And
brain for today.
oh
Uh, Thank you for
yeah,
having me. It's
yeah.
always a pleasure. And
Yeah, thanks for being here as always. Like
um,
you're awesome when it comes to the research. You've just got like a knack. So I appreciate it all the time, every
anytime,
time.
anytime. Hopefully, we can find Dijon here tomorrow. I want
Yeah,
to wake up tomorrow and
yeah.
have her arrested. That'd be great. That's what I want.
No, she's in the Who Scout, and
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
align all my vibrations tonight to make sure that she gets arrested tomorrow. Perfect.
I'll work on aligning myself as well.
Uh,
Okay, good night.
Bye, guys. Have a good
And
night.
yeah, have a great night. And I'll see
Bye.
you in the next one. Bye.